Welcome back to Pit Talk from PT's RC Raceway in Bloomington, Illinois. I'm going to have the gang introduce themselves, starting on my right.
Hey, Tom Tennis.
Kyle Tennis.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed host.
I'm Dwayne Tennis.
I'm Paul Tennis.
So, yeah. So we've been busy all night here. It's a Wednesday night. Looking forward to getting back into action this Saturday, December 3rd. We took a week off to celebrate Thanksgiving holiday, but we've been up here not only getting ready, prepping the track, but there's a lot of other exciting stuff been going on in the back room in the office. Tell them, Tom, what we've been working on tonight.
We're just getting everything kind of buttoned up for program events coming up that we're excited about. We got the Big Tire Shootout coming real soon. We got our point series, which we're super excited about, 4-race series. And of course our big one, the King of the Wings. And we do have a few surprise events going to be thrown in the mix too, which we'll have information on soon as well.
The point series is going to be really interesting because PT's is putting up an extra amount of money on top of the purse it's going to pay out. Can you tell us about how the payout's going to work?
Yeah, we're like our entry fees are a set amount, and like $10 from each entry fee goes towards your points fund for that class. PT's is also putting up, we're putting up $2,000 on top of all the entry fees. We'll divvy that up between each class, kind of how it depends on entries per class. So we got a lot of cool information coming on that. We're finishing up the details. We finished it up tonight, but we're getting ready to get everything posted.
So it sounds like that extra $2,000 is based on how many cars per class? Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah, we're going to do a percentage. So the money is going to get split to the higher car counts that are going to get more money. It's going to be based off the counts per class, car counts per class. So, if we get an average X many cars for mod sprint, 10 scale late model, whatever, the classes are, it's going to get divvied up percentage wise per entries. And it should be pretty interesting. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't know of anybody else that's really put up this kind of a short point series. There's going to be some pretty happy people. We are going to pay out the top 6, just so people know. So 6 people are going to be doing pretty good. I mean, it'd make the RC car racing here very interesting. We already have some of the toughest competitors in the nation that race here on a weekly basis. I think we're going to have even more heavy hitters rolling in for these events. Be sure to check us out. It's going to be exciting and off the chain. So
what I'm hearing is if you want your car class to have the biggest payout, then you need to get your friends and get them down here to PT's on those point series race weekends.
For sure.
Yeah. Most definitely.
All right, so just because it's a mod sprint, that doesn't mean that the short two-wheel drive buggy cars can't be having the highest car count
for sure.
and get a higher part of that purse.
Yep.
Exactly.
So,
all right.
So, yeah, the more
So
cars.
it's been 2 weeks. There's been some more extensive work done on the track, I know.
I would know for sure. Tractor Tuesdays, go find the video.
Tractor Tuesday, yeah. Well, you're not done training. Football never ends for you.
Yeah.
So you're still getting over 100 cars just for club races. What are you anticipating for the point series then?
We're expecting, if the weather's good and all whatnot, we're expecting about the same roughly. The points seem to draw a lot of drivers in. We're just hoping we get a good group, have a great time, see some killer racing. We're just real stoked to get that rolling because it's going to be a real good deal for the racers. Hope everybody comes out and gets a chance. You don't have to run the whole series if you're not interested in the top 10 in points or 6 or 5, whatever we decide. Still come out, let it eat and have fun, for sure.
So this track just got watered probably, 15, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So this track is a lot different than, say, the one, let me see, 40 some years ago in the backyard on Grove Street, right?
Yeah.
So this track's a lot different, all right? So this track is a dream compared to that one. So if you go back 40 some years in the backyard over on Grove Street in Bloomington, Talk about that very first track, Tom.
I was
It's gonna be
kinda-
good.
I was kind of all excited. My dad, we had did some stuff, and we had a skid steer on property at our house, and I thought my dad was gonna just go back there and cut me a track. Well, he said I kind of bugged him enough to where he said, yeah, you can build a track. So the next morning I get up and I go out and I got a spade shovel and a round tip point shovel to build my track. So I had to dig a track by hand, a little bit smaller than this one, but it had some pretty
It
wild
was
banking
big.
for back in the day.
It was big.
But I cut that thing by hand in about a 2-week period. So it was a workout. Back then we all loved RC cars back then. And growing up in a racing family, dirt oval's the only way to roll. I mean, asphalt's for getting to the track, dirt's for racing. So that's
I've
what
heard
we
all my
did.
life.
Now, I think all of us up here, I mean, we got to kind of pinch ourselves. We got, a track that we have. It's successful. It's super fun. I think from day one, me and Paul basically looked at each other and we said we don't want the same track that everybody else has got. We want something with character. We want something that we can actually race side by side, and we've done it. I mean, I constantly am changing the track. These guys probably think I'm insanely crazy because I'm always tearing it up, redoing it, and, getting this, that. But just like the 3 weeks ago, our first race, I had the top so insanely fast. It looked like one of those old RC car nitro cars you'd put a string on and just let the thing go. You guys were just buzzing around here so fast. It was crazy.
It was.
Since then, we've tamed it down every week, and this week is no exception. We've been hard at work. I think you're going to get back to more of at least two wide grooves. If not, I think we're going to see some 3 wide racing. So I'm excited to get everybody back in here and just let these things wind up and see how we go and put on a good show for everybody. So, and have fun doing that. But it's pretty crazy. I mean, back in the day, we used to, I don't know, we'd go to some races, mostly local. But we had a blast back then, even, hitting some different tracks that were a little bit of a distance and jog for us. I think half the times we didn't even have a vehicle that would make it an hour's trip away.
We had to rent a car to go to Quincy.
Yeah, we had to rent a car to go to Quincy, and boy, was that that was a trip.
I've heard a lot of stories about those cars.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I wrecked Paul out in the first lap of the A main, so
Yep.
I'll never live that one down, but I still wouldn't change it. So
Any note on that, Paul? Any note on that?
Oh, there's plenty of payback coming. I don't forget.
who said it recently? I think that was Tony Stewart. Smoke said, "I'd wreck your grandmother for the championship or win." So.
So you remember those old days too, right? With that track that Tommy had cut up. You remember those late model bodies? Because we sure didn't have anything like this. You couldn't even buy anything. It was a late model body. You remember how he made those?
Out of a pop can. Pop riveted them together, shiny side out,
Yep.
and painted it and put stickers on it. Yeah, I seen his first one. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely a
I
little bit
think it had
different.
some sheet metal screws in it too, so didn't it?
Oh
Some-
yeah, we had her all done up, and that was on a original Hornet. I think I had a Hornet. Paul had a Grasshopper.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, if you can drive one of those cars around a dirt oval, yeah, you're good. So
Yeah.
they don't quite handle and have the characters as the new modern version. So
Yeah. So was your RC car your first one? Was it always 32?
yeah, my first one was 32, and then I don't know. Shortly after, all my RC cars that I got after that, I've always been number one. The big cars I raced for quite a few years. It was always 32. That's my dad's number. Kind of stole it first, and then. But now I'm back to number one on the big cars, so I'm kind of pumped about that. So
Yeah. And your car has always been 3.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a car of yours, toy cars or real cars, it wasn't a number 3.
Yep. No, I had. I think my first A scale, I did a number 32 on it.
Yeah, that was actually the first winner of Big Bill's annual money race. If anybody ever raced
Broadwell.
A-scale nitros back in the day, we got the inaugural winner of the Big Bill's money race in the house. That's
There we
P.
go.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Now, I
still-
gotta say
You
this
still got that
because
body hanging
Yeah,
out.
I got that body still.
I was leading that race
Oh boy, here we
and
go.
my car flamed out and Paul won.
Oh,
So I'm still butthurt
Payback.
about that race, but
It
it was a
happens.
good race nonetheless.
It happens.
We always have fun. So
Hey, something else we need to talk about is we've got a Toys for Tots box
Oh, yeah.
in our hobby shop.
Yep.
We haven't got one toy in it yet.
there's one. There's one in the
Is
bottom.
there
yeah, we
one?
have one.
There's
Okay,
one Nerf football
we got
sitting in
one.
the
That
bottom.
thing,
Perfect.
that thing should be full.
We're trying to fill it before Christmas
That thing should
to
be
help
full. We got
some families that could use some help.
$1,000
this
toy
weekend,
cars, right?
this weekend, and until December, the next few races, if you bring in a toy, you get $10 off your entry.
Whoa.
So keep
That's
that
You
in
heard
mind.
it.
$10 off.
You heard
Yeah,
it.
$10 off.
$10
So
off an entry if you bring a toy.
Bring a toy in for a little one that's in need.
Yep, yep, that'll help some families. That's just part of us helping out a little bit. So that'd be really awesome if we can fill this box. If we fill it, we'll get it dumped and get it going again. So that'd be really awesome. Bring out some of that
And
Christmas
I
spirit.
think there's Toys for Tots in most communities.
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
But it stays local. I've looked
does.
it up, talked to a couple Marines I know. It stays local, so even if you don't give here, give somewhere else if you can.
Exactly. That'd be awesome.
Because I know Tom and Paul give away a lot of stuff that they don't even charge you for, and we're bringing in $1,000 cars. Least we can do is stop by a couple minutes and pick up a Nerf football or something and bring it in.
Yeah,
they
sure.
they can be unwrapped. They want them unwrapped. They'll take care of the wrapping.
New in the package.
New
just
in the
not
package,
It
wrapped.
has to
Yep.
be
Yeah.
new in the package. So.
Yep.
All right, let's. Well, you haven't talked much because this isn't necessarily Need for Speed segment.
No,
but
this is not my thing. I do not. This
But
is different for me.
if you show up Saturday, you better be ready for some Need for Speed. He's going to come hunting you down. We've got the Need for Speed corner, high atop turn 4.
Oh yeah.
We're
Right
gonna
by all the
do-
fatheads.
Right by the. Well, you're talking about the pictures, right?
Well,
Siri doesn't know what a fathead is. Okay,
right there.
those fatheads. Yeah. So,
You can hear me.
Definitely one of the cool things we got here at PT's is the
Wait a minute.
Need for Speed channel with
Yeah.
Kyle. I love watching the videos of the guys that get to partake, and it's kind of cool to see them get kind of off guard or asked a crazy question. You know, we even had the privilege of doing the Prairie Dirt Classic thing and interview some
Yep.
very talented racers
That
from
was a
across the country, and I got to say it was pretty amazing. And,
Yeah, that was
and we
cool.
had Kevin Rumley in that
Kevin
one.
Rumley. That's my
You're gonna-
fault.
You're gonna go back on that?
Who owns Kyle Larson's car?
Yeah,
It's
Kevin
all-
Rumley.
It all started with
The
kid.
man.
But you interviewed the top 3 drivers that finished the Prairie Dirt Classic,
Yeah,
right?
I did. Everyone was expecting probably Kyle Larson or Bobby Pierce. Both of them cut out early, and I talked to
B.
Brandon
Shep.
Shepard, who won. I
100
believe-
grand.
Yeah, yeah.
100 grand.
Well, at every lap.
At every
so
lap.
we got a
so
big old bonus.
Big bonus. 100
Mike
grand.
Marlar,
I believe he got
Yep.
second.
he got second, almost got him at the end because
Yeah.
it was a late caution.
Very.
right?
Yeah.
And then I also got Tanner English, who finished third.
And Tanner
So,
English had a nice run for third. That was a fun weekend up there.
I like to think that was the Need for Speed blessing.
It was. It was a trifecta. So now they all need to interview with you so they can win the Prairie Dirt Classic.
Oh,
Kyle
yeah.
Larson, where are you?
Maybe we need a Prairie
or
Dirt
the,
Classic.
You know, an
in here.
interview for the winner of the King of the Wings. That's
Oh, that's gonna happen no
Yeah,
matter
we're
what.
gonna see
happening.
see some pretty downright impressive racing. I think from that race, as all of them. I mean, we got some pretty heavy hitters that we're on here
Every
weekly.
week.
So,
Every week.
yeah.
You know what's cool about the Need for Speed, though, that I like is every time you ask a person about what their favorite part of RC racing is, it's not the cars, it's not the racing, it's what?
It's the fellowship. It's getting
They-
to be with your friends,
Yep.
my family even. It's great.
Everybody says that they like being around the guys, the gals, whatever, but they like the community, they like the relationships that they build in the racing hobby, and hardly any of us get to know each other on that kind of a level. We know who we race against, but we don't know them personally. So
And that's why I do the interviews the way I
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
The questions that
And
I
that's
do.
real cool because
Yeah.
you get to learn some stuff about people you just don't know.
right,
Yeah.
You know, like one of the racers you interviewed, used to work in like NASCAR,
Yeah.
pit crewing and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't have known that. You know, so it's pretty cool getting to learn some of the facts
Yeah.
about some of
Oh,
these
yeah.
people.
Well, I'd
That's
like
awesome.
to think we've kind of made some of these people, I'm not going to say famous, but the notoriety for a lot of these people, because these videos get a
Yeah.
ton of
Yeah.
views.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
cool.
it's pretty impressive, but it is. I mean, you know, in this fast-paced world we live in today, the camaraderie, the friendships made are
Absolutely.
forever. You don't lose that. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's one thing that's just very precious with what we do. And we're not just sitting behind a computer screen doing nothing. We're out, you know, doing something, having fun, and you can't lie. I mean, the competition is
Insane.
We're
Well, it's
all
fun.
out there
We
to
like to
win,
win,
and,
yeah.
and you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it is what it is. Not all of us can or will, but we will maybe eventually get our day in the shrine there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
I've even hit mine once or twice.
oh yeah,
Yeah, make it on the podium up on the
That's
Oh yeah,
stand, right?
Get your picture taken by
That's a huge
one of
accomplishment.
us.
That's always what
That's awesome.
you want to do every time you come out. Well, you wouldn't be here competing if you didn't want to win. So there'd be
Yeah.
something wrong with you if that was the case.
Right.
Yeah, just sit in the back like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have it. I'm just here.
The other thing, I since you guys opened this back up 5 years ago or so, we started putting
5,
it back
6.
together. You know,
Yep.
it's generational.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people come in with their kids. You came in with a what did you have? That ESET Torment.
Yes, I came in with an ECX Torment that I just got for Christmas one year. It's basically the same as a Slash. I started running around the track.
And,
We have an old body for it.
and
sitting
Paul
there.
gave us a body for it to put on, and you started here about 5 years ago, tooling around the track. And
6.
6 years ago.
And that was back when track wasn't done. None of this was here. The walls weren't
Right.
painted.
That wall was gone. It wasn't anything there.
Yeah.
I mean, the bathroom was in our pit room.
yeah.
And now that we even repurposed the door. So when you get to come and do a Need for Speed interview, you get a very special interview taking place in the biggest bathroom you'll ever be in.
Oh, because the door says restrooms.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. Repurposed. We don't waste not, want not. Right.
Correct.
That's right.
Right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and bring this one to a close. We've had a good time. We'll get this posted soon, but you've got to stay on the lookout. The website, the Facebook,
Yep.
the Need for Speed channel on YouTube, all that stuff, because postings are coming out for the Big Tire Shootout. It's going to be a good one.
Yep.
Yep.
It's coming out for the point series, because I know a lot of people are interested in that point series. If
Yeah.
I remember right, you do get one drop. Is that how we still run it?
Yeah, one drop, and if you attend all 4 events, there is 10 bonus points, which is going to be huge.
That could mean the
Yeah.
difference
Yeah.
between
Winning and
First
losing.
and fifth.
yeah, first and fifth.
I mean,
in some
it's
cases.
going to be so tight in here, right? It could be a big difference. So,
Yeah.
but 10 bonus points to a person that attends all 4. But you do have one drop, and I mean, you still could be in the mix if you take that drop. So,
So let
We
your
got a lot of information coming out soon.
Yeah,
A
it'll
lot of
it'll be
information.
coming. It'll be posting up, and go
I
ahead.
think on the next one we ought to do a Q&A session too, where people can chime in and ask questions as we do this live.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm live streaming
Yeah,
this. Next,
so-
I have
soon
some- I
we
saw-
will be live streaming.
Yeah.
But we can't let the blooper reel happen again.
No,
Yeah,
but
you don't wanna
I've
know.
got some questions on the website come to me about what are you going to do with the lower groove at the track this year? Well, make sure you show up Saturday and find out what happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's different. It
We
should
were working
be,
on that for an hour or two.
Should be real
we,
good.
we fortunately had a few guys, local guys, come in and help. They test. It's nice seeing fast guys, slow guys, everybody kind of, come in and run some laps. So we had a few private test deal, and I think you're going to be surprised a lot with
Oh,
the
yeah.
track this week.
I
So,
know all the grooves were fast the other day.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
could
yeah.
I
put it
think-
anywhere and let it eat.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some pretty good side-by-side racing. So,
As our resident buggy street stock tester, me, I would say that it is very nice.
Cal,
Very
was
good.
that a deck body or a non-deck body?
Time.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up for this week. All right, it's our second podcast. This one's actually got video. The first one we did just audio.
First one I don't even think is on YouTube yet. We had some technical difficulties on that one.
Uncle Rich, we're looking at getting some special guests in here. Like last week we had Eric Smith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys that are far, far away, probably not going to happen. But we got a lot of local dudes around here that can
Oh,
come
yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, Bobo was in here 2 or 3 nights this week.
Yeah, we got We got him back in a car doing
Yeah.
some test laps, which
Look
is
out.
pretty awesome.
Dude's, he's lightning.
Yeah, he's picking it back up real quick, so he's going to be in a top, headhunter position there soon. So, yeah, it's
All
going
right.
to be good.
And we'll probably get some of the local actual racers. Maybe we get Jason Fager in here or something some night.
Oh yeah, yep.
We
Well, I
gotta
know
get,
we got
gotta get your dad.
Fager's crew chief, Jason. Also, we're going to get him in a hot rod here, the main wrench for Jason Fager's car. So we're going to get him in, running some cars, see what happens. So.
All right, well, check us out. Be ready for next week. Check the website and all that because lots of information's coming your way. Don't forget, you bring a toy for the Toys for Tots.
Yep.
Tommy's going to give you $10 off the entry fees. And that goes through as long as you got the box out here.
Well, we're racing this weekend and next weekend, and then we're off for Christmas. We have a big family function in here for the 17th. So many of you don't know, but we have a very,
Big.
very large family. What's the total count? I mean, I know we're over 100.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, so
Easy.
so we got a big shindig for that. So family comes first, as you guys all know.
Yep.
So at least the next 2 weeks, this box is going to be here.
Yep.
Get $10 off your entry fee and help out some kids in need. Help out the Marines with their Toys for Tots drive. Until next time, it's been Pit Talk at PT's RC Raceway.
Did you just like that podcast? Make sure you stay tuned. Find some more of them. Make sure you comment, subscribe, like, share the videos. That's going to help us out a lot for the track, too. That might help. Might help just a little bit if you come.
Come out and race.
We'll see you next time on PT's RC Need for Speed.